Hi, this is Kara, and this is my very first art video. I decided to go with Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad because I love Harley and she looked really cute in the trailer that they released at Comic-Con. So I did a sketch of her and then did line art with my Copic multi-liners, and now I'm coloring her in with Copic markers. I originally was going to do her skin tone a little more pale, but it didn't really happen, so this is what we end up with, and I think it still worked out really well. It blended together and has a very soft look that I really like. Here I'm doing the smudgy makeup around her eyes, and the pink kind of just blended in with her skin tone, but a little bit later I'm gonna make that a little more vibrant with my Prismacolor pencils. Here I didn't realize that the picture was out of frame, so you kind of missed out on me coloring in her legs there, but I'll push it up and you can see what I did there when I finish it up. This is my first video, so I'm still kind of working out the kinks on my camera setup here. On her hair, I'm not a huge fan of how it turned out. I think in the end it ended up okay, but I kind of had a limited supply of yellow color, so I just kind of had to go with what I had, and it wasn't my favorite, but it turned out okay. And the pinks and blues kind of pooled at the tips of her ponytails there, but I think it still turned out alright. And I'm using mixed media paper, so it bled a little bit out of the lines, which I should have been a little bit more careful, but it wasn't too bad. I just need to get a hold of some bigger marker paper. And with dark colors like this blue, it makes me so nervous that I'm gonna completely screw it up because it's so dark, but I actually love how the blues blended out in her jacket and later on her shorts. It came out so smooth and pretty, and I had such a good time using the reds and the blues in this picture. It was really fun to work with those darker colors. One of my red markers was kind of running out of ink, so I need to get some refill ink for that, but it's still blended alright, I think. I struggled a little bit with the belt, getting those grays down, but I think it turned out okay. It's hard to work sometimes with the sketch markers and with small parts of a picture, but I think it turned out okay. It wasn't too bad. I decided to go with the bows with her bat behind her back, honestly, because I'm so bad at hands and I didn't want to mess with them this time, and I didn't want my very first video to have like really janky hands, so I'm going to try to work more on hands in the future and not be so lazy about it. I don't know why it took me so long to color her lips. I didn't really notice, and then as I'm watching this back, I'm like, oh my gosh, just color her lips already. And here I'm just coloring in the words on her shirt with one of my Copic multi-liners. It's kind of a boring part of the video. my Prismacolor Premier colored pencils, and I'm just kind of brightening up the color around her eyes and using my colorless blender to blend it out so it looks more smeared and smudged. And I'm adding a couple like streaky lines to her hair to make it look like there's more strands in her hair, not just like a big clump of hair. I'm writing Puddin' on her necklace, and here I'm just using a small paintbrush and acrylic white paint. I usually use a Jelly Roll pen, but I couldn't find it, so I just went with some acrylic paint, and I added some detail to the bat there, and you can't really see it in the video, but later on you can see it when I zoom in on it. And for the background, I'm really bad at coming up with backgrounds, so I just decided to go with something pretty simple, and it matches the pattern on her tattoo on her leg. So. And here is the final look. You can see some more of the details here. And there she is. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, hit the like button. And if you want to see more from me, make sure to subscribe. Thanks, guys.